Popping, popping. I think we're good. Guys, markets aren't looking the best today. Markets aren't looking the best. Guys, yesterday, you guys know we took UK 100 sales, and I told you guys price was going to run. Why did I think that? Because I thought and I assumed, or at least I guess like you could say I assumed. But just based on how price looked, I was expecting price to pull back. And honestly, this is where, yes, maybe we should have just moved to break even. But this is where I even told you guys, if you guys go to the VOD yesterday, I told you guys if you move to break even, price is most likely going to come up and fill this gap that was created. And what did it do? It came up and it filled that gap and it would have tapped you out at break even. Mike's on, Edgar. Don't fuck with me. So even if you did move to break even, you would have been taken out. But again, this is ultimately data going forward. I'm going to put this in my journal. Okay, price did sell. My overall higher time frame bias as far as price pulling back. Granted, it didn't have to pull back as deep as it did, but it did. And again, that's ultimately data going forward that, okay, even though I like to be at break even, maybe in some cases I can comfortably have an open stop because again, price looked good, but also price could have flipped at this point. It really could have. We had a lot of hesitation here. It kind of just ranged and it really sold off during New York, right? So obviously, its objective was to facilitate that pullback, maybe just fill in these gaps here. And now that we've done that, again, I have a different bias coming into today. But if you guys heard me and you were here within the first minute or two of stream starting, charts aren't looking as good today. And again, we're already on a win streak. I have no reason to trade, right? I'm not going to rush anything today, especially with markets not looking as good. Granted, they look okay, right? But we killed yesterday. Yesterday was a beautiful trade, and if you would have held, you could have ran at least if you were to play it smart and just played into this gap, a 1 of 5, right? Which is beautiful. You guys know we capitalized on just a quick 101. I was just in and out real quick. Again, I was content with profits. We're good, right? So today, let's see what we're looking at. Right, we've already swept both highs and lows of Asia range, which it's not that I don't like seeing that, but now that we've had that, we're playing it a little bit differently now, right? Because now price can do whatever it wants. Ultimately, this is where higher time frames come in, but looking at higher time frames, we look at the 4 hour, again, we've been bearish and we can continue bearish. We have gaps down here. We have this entire leg to fill in. If we were to look at the daily, we could technically be looking to facilitate the daily pullback rather than just the 4 hour leg, right? And come down into here. So we could see sales continue to take place. If that's the case, I really have no area to enter. I don't. Right? Because within the next couple minutes, even if price stuttered here, I don't think I'd want to shoot really like at that. Especially with price oversold like this, we could see short-term buys. But again, there's not really much liquidity to target. So this is why truly I'm fine sitting on my hands today. If that is the case. I do like the 30-minute hourly, the higher time frames as far as possibly seeing this lower time frame pullback. If price were to show that bullish momentum, maybe we could see a pullback into some type of premium pricing or just fill in these gaps and then we sell off to continue the overall higher time frame pullback. But we'll see. With DAX, again, the higher time frames looking a little bit better as far as we've already come in to, again, we facilitated this pullback already. We've just filled this daily gap again perfectly. So I could say that price could have a bullish reaction, but also looking at the higher time frames, these previous candles, super bearish. There's really no gaps to fill within there. So again, and same thing, we've already swept Tokyo highs, already taken lows. There's not a lot of liquidity for us to really target. So again, guys, today we could end up executing, but ultimately I'd be fine sitting on my hands. I'd be fine sitting on my hands. We're just not looking at the best setup today. Again, we could play off of it, but if we go play off of it and we lose, it's like, damn, we knew coming into the markets that we've seen way better conditions. Again, I don't like that both areas of liquidity have been swept. It's a little bit iffy, right? We're taking lows here. Yes, we could flip and take highs on DAX. Granted, we could, especially with us being oversold like this. I do think price could buy up. I do think buys are bound to happen, potentially, right? So we'll see what happens. Even then, there's I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I like buys, but again, even then, stops would be massive right now. Stops would just be fucking ginormous. And again, we could play it. We could play it, especially with price potentially taking these lows as liquidity. I could see myself buying here on UK 100. If it were to be one, it would be UK 100. Again, just taking this liquidity, could flip up momentarily and just make that bullish push. I'd like to see that. I wouldn't be opposed to taking that. What's my trading style? I have two. So when it comes to forex pairs, I trade supply and demand. This was a trade that I was waiting for and actually sold off without me. So my bias did play out, but price did not come in and enter me in where I expected it to. It kind of just sold off from there, but that's fine. Supply and demand, but when it comes to indices, I mainly look for liquidity points, and I gauge and like look at the overall higher time frame, see if we are expecting a pullback, basically seeing where we are within the range, and then I'll play the lower time frames, previous session highs and lows, and again I'm mainly looking for a bias. Am I looking for more sells or buys based on where the market's at? And then when it comes to the opening candle, that's really what confirms me getting in, which would be like a break of a support resistance. In this case, when London does open, if price does run bullish and breaks this area, I'd be comfortable entering in buys and going for a 101. In this case, usually I would like targeting some area of liquidity, and this may be considered liquidity technically, but I would have loved to see Asia highs untapped or like unswept. It would have given me a lot more confidence in these buys, but ultimately I do think price, if it were to have a bullish reaction, will buy up and possibly fill in these gaps that were made, but that doesn't necessarily have to happen. We'll see. If price does just make a nasty bottom wick here, then ultimately I think buys are a go. But again, we'll see. So not really looking to rush. If price just sells here, it sells, and at that point, we're on a win streak. We didn't take a trade today. That's fine. DAX, I do think price is going to buy here too. My one thing is, do I have an area to buy off of? Not really. I mean, I could use this area, but it's still not necessarily the best. Even with UK 100, we didn't have the best area to enter in off of. Same thing here is if price bought up, stops at the low, again, 101. In this case, it's a little bit better in my eyes as far as positioning where stop and TP is, but we'll see. We'll see. See, I like DAX too now. I just don't like this candle, man. Especially with the daily just filling this gap, I'm expecting price to create that bottom wick. It's just the only thing is, do I expect to flip on DAX? Possibly. I mean, we have gaps up here. We could facilitate that overall higher time frame pullback. It just isn't going to happen now. You know what I'm saying? We still have 7 minutes, so we'll see what happens. If DAX were to come up and start tapping this and respecting it, then I could actually enter DAX too. I would like it a little bit more. Does UK 100 have a futures option? Yes, it does. But if you're like trading Top Step doesn't have it. Yo, what's up, Matt, Nico, Mali, Hector, Cartoony? I didn't see you. I mean, I did see you. I just chose to ignore you. Just kidding. Matt, all the OGs. But again, we'll see what happens. Ultimately, I may like DAX a little bit more now. And that's just based on where price is positioned. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a winner. It doesn't. But ultimately, I think we could possibly see a flip. We're definitely playing against the trend. So keep that in mind if you are going to look to enter with me. But I like that price fill this gap, and it doesn't necessarily have to reject it, but could be a possibility. I really wish we had like some type of high to target. And like obviously we have highs, like there's definitely still liquidity sitting within this leg that we definitely can target, but it would have just been nice seeing Asia highs still resting up here. Yes. US 30. I don't like that DAX price is in the middle of the channel now. What channel? Like sitting within here. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I agree. Like the one thing that I'm scared of at opening, and I hope it happens before, is price just coming up, filling this gap and selling off. But the fear is price, when it does fill that gap, coming a little bit higher, giving us entry, and then just faking it out. And that's why I'm going to play it slow. Give me 1 second. I'll just break down some stuff. US 30. I'll look at US 30. Again, like if you're trading it during London, which I don't necessarily do. Right now we're playing within the middle of the range. Neither highs or lows have been swept. I do think lows will be swept. And then you could look for a possible buy entry. I mean, we're really oversold. I think price could have a pullback, but again, it's US 30, can do what it wants. At the end of the day, could have a different objective. That's why I really don't trade US 30. I don't like it as much. Not saying it's not good, but EU bias. EU, right now, I think price is pretty oversold and we could expect a pullback on the lower time frames. If you can somehow capitalize on the 15 and 5 minute as it pulls back to facilitate this pullback, I think you could catch some quick buys. What's your chart for DAX? What do you mean, what's my chart? This? It's GER 30. GER 30. Or 40. Of course. You ready, bro? Because I'm bricked for this one. You're bricked is crazy, man. Get on my fucking chat. Crazy, man. I'm gonna have to cancel you. TGR influence. Nah. I mean, I think TGR trades the same. It's just looking for liquidity. It really is. Targeting liquidity. Waiting for a breakout to kind of confirm that price is pushing that general direction and just really shooting. Luca does. A lot of people, I mean, it's simple. It works. It's repeatable. You see it every single day. You see it basically in every single market. But we've just been printing with UK 100 and DAX. So let's see what happens. Probably sweep Tokyo highs. Nasdaq is breaking down Asia lows. Yeah, potentially. If we're breaking down Asia lows and you get a possible bullish push at London, you could see price end up coming back up to manipulate highs. But it just really depends. Ultimately, I really wish we had Asia highs sitting above here. I really think we're super bearish, man. Super bearish, and I don't like that. I don't at all. Yeah, DAX needs to hold this daily gap. It really does. I think it will. That's really where my bias is coming from too. Is expecting price to hold that daily gap. And that's where we'll see that bullish momentum come from. Ultimately, we'll see. See, it would be nice to just see price invalidate this fair value gap, because then that would really just kind of give us the idea that price should continue to push. See what happens. Price could just respect. I move entry a little bit higher just due to that fair value gap, but because again, price just filled it and it may flip, but if it invalidates it, then I'm shooting, guys. Well, it's honestly, I'm not in. We could be getting in soon. I'm not in yet. Not in. Not in yet, guys. What? Oh my god. What the fuck? Just a massive stop, man. I'm just gonna stick with DAX, guys. UK 100 looks good, but that massive fucking candle, you're just playing with a massive stop there. And granted, price could run. I'm in on DAX. I'm in on DAX. I'm in on DAX. We'll shoot DAX. Let's see what happens on UK. UK 100's flying. I mean, that should happen sometimes. I'm hoping DAX continues to follow with it. It doesn't start hesitating as UK 100 starts taking liquidity. Ultimately, we haven't yet, but sometimes we do see that. And again, let's hope that's not the case where we don't take the winning setup and we take the losing setup. I do think both look amazing. So had a good bearish break. Both markets are looking good. So again, we're respecting that daily flip, which was expected. And now let's just hope we get that, or we're expecting that daily gap, and let's just hope we now get that daily flip, which would in return, again, take us out at TP. Did you guys get any UK 100? You could move to break even, guys. Truly, price could end up flipping here and running bearish, but with price respecting that daily like that, I do think price could flip on the daily and we could see that facilitation of this pullback, where price could run into these areas of inefficient price or where these gaps were made. But again, you could move to break even. I do think price is bound to possibly chop around this gap candle. You guys know what happens. Sometimes we come back, fill this in before price runs, and we could see that happen. Granted, I do want to just see price run, but again, we can't always have it how we want it, right? UK 100's solid. Again, you can also be at break even here, but price could also do the same thing where the next couple candles we could gap down, fill that gap that was created on that opening candle before we run up. That could be a really big possibility. Okay. But granted, it looks like it's running. Guys, I probably should have hopped in on UK 100 too. I probably should have. Especially because they're relatively same bias, but you never know which one's going to be the winner. Granted, and I'm comfortable taking one. DAX looked equally as good, if not better, right? Other than we were taking major liquidity down here. So they both looked really good. They both look like they're ready to flip. DAX is just playing a little bit slower, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Could be a bad thing. Could be a bad thing. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Currently in profit, $17 fire. Again, we could be looking at some drawdown for a bit. We could see price come down and fill this gap. We really could. This top wick is ugly. It's ugly, but that doesn't necessarily make or break the trade. Again, like I said, we UK 100 running up. We did take decent liquidity here, and that could be the cause for the flip. If it ends the win streak, it ends the win streak. I don't think that's going to be the case, guys. Price looks good. We should continue to run here. We had a good opening candle. I think with this candle, that should be price hopefully choosing its direction, at least for London session. And then we just continue to run here. Hit TPs, and then I can go chill. Got in pre-open. Fire. Fire. So you in buys? Hell yeah. I'm waiting for gap on DAX. Okay. Yeah, again, by all means, you guys have your own system. Follow it. What do I trade? What do you mean, what do I trade? As far as this, indices, are you talking about system? But again, like I was saying, come in here with your own system. If you're waiting for that gap to fill, by all means do it. Why? Because majority of the time, we do see price fill that gap. And again, I'm fine with it because there's sometimes where price does just run. We've seen it multiple times where we're in and out, and I kid you not, 15 seconds. Yesterday, again, it didn't come back to fill the gap. It did eventually and then ran, but there's nothing saying that price has to fill that gap. And that's why I am so aggressive. But I can't lie when I say there's times where we sit and draw down while price will come and fill that opening gap. and then it'll take back off. It happens, right? But ultimately, we'll see what happens. I think price is looking good. At this point, we just kind of have to hope that it holds. I don't trade gold. I don't. I'm not a big fan of gold. What's a lesson that trading taught you? Let me think about this. Good question. If there's one thing you don't always necessarily have to be right to win. I could say that. Because in trading, you guys know, I mean, truly you could lose more than you win in trading and still win at the end of the week. And when I say win, still end profitable. And ultimately in life, you don't necessarily have to be perfect. But again, if you're consistent and you know, patient, you should at the end of the day win. I could have probably thought of something better. You caught me on the spot. Took partials at break even. That's fine, guys. Again, if you want to take partials, price had its push. That could have been its only push, bullish. Granted, we could flip here and we could take a loss. I'm fine with that. Ultimately, we're flipping an account. I don't care. We've seen better setups, but this still was a good entry. We got entry. I'd be more mad at myself if I didn't enter and price ends up winning than if price just ends up losing here. Truly, I went over this yesterday, guys. And ultimately, you guys should feel the same exact way. And if you don't, you guys need to switch something. Take your setup. If you see it, shoot, execute. If it loses, that's fine. It's part of the game. You're supposed to lose. It happens, right? But ultimately, you sitting on your hands when you see your setup is going to be a lot worse on your mental than you just taking a loss. You got a really good entry day. That's fire. Yeah, again, if you guys were able to enter pre, like if you guys were able to enter like down here, again, that was your 101. You could have been out already. And again, that could have been the only push that price was looking to make at London Open. But again, I'm fine. And the reason I'm so calm is because I know how price moves. And I know a lot of times with this gap on this opening candle, price is bound to come down, fill that in, and then we could see price run from there. If price just flips, okay, it is what it is. Price had a different objective for the day. I'll be back tomorrow. Simple as that. But price is now looking to fill this gap, and I hope we just fill it real quick on this candle, bottom wick, and then we kind of run from there. We'll see though. Fire, Jocko. Love to hear that. Jocko's a beast. Jocko's a beast. Oops. NASDAQ? What's NASDAQ doing? Let's peep NASDAQ. Oh, sales taking place. Yeah, price is selling off again. Price already took liquidity up here. Ran, took liquidity down here. Price is oversold, but it's NASDAQ at the end of the day. It could have a different objective, and that's really where I weigh off entry, because entry is a big deal to me. I mean, that's where I wait for that opening candle to give me entry, because it's a big deal. It gives me an idea, okay, price is clearly having volume to the upside, aligning with my overall bias. Therefore, it's now confirming my entry, and I'm more likely to win than lose. Granted, I'm still accepting the fact that I can lose, because not again, it's fucking trading, guys. But beautiful bottom wick. Wow, price should just run here. The one thing is we didn't fill that gap. That's fine. But that bottom wick really was insane. We could end up still pushing down, filling that last little bit of gap, but that bottom wick does tell us a lot. Does tell us a lot. Gives us a little bit more confidence and tells us our overall bias. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to fill the whole gap, but it did come down, fill most of it. I just expected it to fill the entirety of it, and we could still see that. But same thing, UK 100. We're coming down, possibly filling this gap. After we fill this gap, we could run higher. But again, price could have taken the liquidity it needs, and now it's looking to push back down. But granted, I think it took way more liquidity as far as buy side, and we're looking to probably again facilitate this and pull back. That's what I'm expecting. But price doesn't have to do what I want. Good shit, Nick. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, guys, I mean, granted, don't get your hopes up yet. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. But you never know. You never know. I'm expecting though, within the next 15 minutes, we should be out at TP. We should be. I just want to see some buyers step in here and really kind of show me something. What's the biggest account size? $1 million account. Probably even more, but I feel like 1 million was where I would just kind of just like, you're chilling at that point. You deserve a jacuzzi night on me. Yeah, bro. Thank you. Yeah, let me just go in my backyard and no, I was honestly thinking about that. If I catch another one, I'm just gonna turn on jacuzzi, bro. Just chill. But not gonna lie, I was like up too late. I got a lot of work to do tonight. I can't lie to you. I got a lot of work to do tonight. Maybe I'll just do it in the jacuzzi. Nah. Nah, we'll see. I think I'll just bust out some work, get some sleep. I think I'm gonna be in San Diego tomorrow with Luca. Got some cool things coming. But yeah. Yeah. I got a lot of editing to do. Wait, you're not Luca? Fuck you. 1 mil funding incoming? Yeah. Nah, I'd want 1 mil live, man. I'm not a big fan of funded accounts, honestly. They're just not meant for people to win, man. I mean, I've had good times with them. I've had bad times with them. Ultimately, I think live is the way. I think you guys hear that all the time. And I couldn't agree more as far as me saying that I think live is truly the way. And that's ultimately what like prop firms are really here just so you can make money and then throw it into a live and start building your live account. That's really what it's for. And that's what you should be using it for. 500 million. At that point, when you start trading that size of numbers, trading's different. Trading's not like this at those numbers. You genuinely are at that point moving the market in some way. You have some type of power, especially if you're trading massive positions, which again, if you have a $500 million account, you shouldn't be trading no fucking one lots. So at that point, I wouldn't be able to trade this. And my trading would most likely be swing trading at that point if that was something that were to happen. But that's where I'm comfortable around 1 million, 2 mil, because you can still place pretty good sized positions and not necessarily have to deal with any of, because again, once you start placing massive fucking positions, it's totally different, bro. Like you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. Totally fucking different. Fuck, Price. Run up to my TP, man. Trying to get out. Trying to get out. In and out. In and out. You guys like in and out? We're going to see Price probably push bears here, fill this gap, and then hopefully we see that last final push within this last 5 minutes, man. Just so we can get out. You could move to break even here. You could, truly. Why? Because, I mean, this gap wasn't filled, but ultimately I do think Price is just going to bottom wick just to fill this gap. And then I think if that were to happen, once Price does fill this gap, and if we flip and break highs, at that point I'm just moving to break even and just waiting for that last like final push into the highs. In and out is fire. It's fire. Give me a second. Give me a second, chat. We back. I don't know where my bed went. Fire. Come on, Price. Fuck. Push. What's UK 100 doing? Taking around. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't enter UK 100. We'll see. Come on, Price. Again, I do think Price is going to come down, possibly fill this gap, and then look higher. But if we can just see that push here, if we break these highs, like if we start pushing within the last couple minutes, once we break those highs, I'm at break even, I think. Because at that point, I'm just relying on Price to make that final push into this high. Come on, Price. Fucking around with these emojis. What's chat saying? Use rocket helps. Where's the rocket? Where the fuck's the rocket? To the motherfucking moon. Yo, later, Ahmad. Appreciate you joining up, bro. Hopefully you guys made some. Hopefully you made some money. I'm getting sick of how Price is acting. Getting sick of it. And the reason I'm sick of it, like I understand Price is just gonna fill this gap and run higher, but ultimately I just want to see it do it now. All right, come on, fill this gap, fill this gap. It'd be beautiful if we filled this gap and within the last minute we then made that bottom wick. All right, gap filled, bottom wick, fly to the moon. Would you rather ride a donkey or a llama? I don't know. A llama? Bro, TP so easy, bro. You're cool. Yeah. I'm going to the moon. Can't you fucking see? Can't you see we're going to the moon, Cartoony? Fuck. Cartoony pissed me off without even trying to piss me off. Mine hit. I entered after gap. Fire, fire. I love that, guys. But again, if you're still in with me, Price reacted beautifully right now. What did I just tell you guys? It'd be beautiful to see Price within the last minute come down, fill this gap, bottom wick, and then from there to the moon within this next 5 minutes. At least it should be. I'm at break even, guys. I'm moving to break even. And the reason I'm moving to break even is because at this point, I'm just expecting Price to continue higher. And if it doesn't, I do think Price is just going to reverse at that point. Ultimately, I do think Price is going to end up hitting our TP. I do. I think Price is looking beautiful. Again, we're respecting these gaps as we should. So, but to play it safe, just at break even. Again, that's how I'm going to play it. You could keep stops open. Yes, you could. Again, by all means, have your own system. Seriously. have your own system, execute based off what your system tells you. But if you're entering with me and you have the same bias as me, great. Majority of the time, we're going to make money together. Why is it that when I hop on a fucking win streak, there's not as many people in here? But of course, the day that I like just happen to lose, there's fucking 50, 60 people in here. The universe don't want people to win. You know what the universe is? The universe is blessing the 20 people that are consistently in here every single day grinding. And then the people that just come in here for the signals, that's why we lose on those days. Why? Because universe does not want to bless those people. Because those people, again, I don't want to say they don't deserve to win. I think everyone deserves to win. But it's the people who are consistent, putting in the work here every single fucking day, trading their setup, executing perfectly. Those are the people that are meant to win. I go live Sunday through Thursday at 11:45 p.m. PST. Sunday through Thursday. Grind don't stop, it don't, Fabian. Vax, yes sir. Rice Ninja, good to see you, bro. How you doing today? Guys, what the fuck is Price doing? Dax already took Asia High Samar. We already like absolutely just raped it on this candle here. That was not the best word to say. I'm sorry. I gotta be a little bit more fucking PR trained, to be honest. Zesty Nick, no, that's all you, buddy. My first challenge, I went fucking 1 to 13. My second, I am now. Yeah, it happens, man. When you say 1 in 13, like you lost once and won 13 times, or won once and lost 13 times? All right, what is Price doing? Ugh, I don't want to see this. I want to see those fucking buyers step into the market real quick, man. I lost 13 times. Shit, it happens, man. I like to say, and I learned this from Luca, if you lose more than 8 times, well, one, you shouldn't. I'd say 10. 8 to 10. It's not necessarily something wrong with the system. You're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. It's some, and it may be something in like that can have to do with your system, but it's still something you're not seeing, or you're doing wrong, or you're not getting the right data, whatever it may be, right? But the biggest thing is make sure, Nico, that you're tracking every single trade you take, especially your losses. You're going to learn a lot more from your losses than you do on your wins naturally, right? So you need to make sure you're tracking every single trade. And not only that, you need to make sure that you're getting every piece of data out of it. So when you do go back into your data and you do go back into your journal, you can look at the data and you can see the different trends where on these trades I tend to lose more when this confluence isn't aligned with this, stuff like that. That's why data is so important, because it's going to tell you those things, right? I don't know what the fuck Price is doing. Again, we're at break even, guys. If it flips here and it takes us out, okay, win streak, we're still good. Didn't take a loss, but granted, I do want to see Price win here. I think Price will win here, but we're just playing a little bit slow. I really wanted to see Price just run, and we still could on this next candle. Yeah, I'm glad you learned from it, though. The best thing is to learn from it. The biggest downfall for a lot of traders is not learning from their losses and just thinking and just blaming the market. Granted, there are times where, yes, it's trading and you take your perfect setup and you lose, but that's why risk management is so important, and you need to be on top of risk management as well, because if not, again, you're still not going to come out positive at the end of the week. And I like to say, bro, you can lose more times than you win in trading, and you can still end the month profitable. Risk and RR, right? Should I walk away and see what happens when I come back? All right. Give me a second. Watch Price. Scream if sometimes. Oh, that's fucked. That's fucked. Again, we're not out yet. Granted, we're playing it safe. We're at break even. It doesn't matter. But I still want to see it win. I risked decent on the flip account here. So it'd be a nice little one. See you tomorrow, Chew. Really go back to your data and analyze if there's so much to learn from. Yes, you guys don't understand. A lot of you underestimate how good data is. And I really, as soon as someone comes in the mentorship, kid you not, the first thing that we talk about is, do you already have a system in place? If not, okay, we're going to get you a system. Even if you necessarily don't understand your system, you just need something to go off of. And then two, once you have that system and you're trading it, we need you tracking trades, getting data. Again, biggest thing is because you need to be able to go back and refine, right? And the reason I'm so big on me coming here just to trade for me, yes, I'm coming here to educate you guys, give you guys a second opinion, but I'm always telling you guys to have your own system, because ultimately me and you, we're different traders at the end of the day. We're gonna have different reactions, we're gonna have different emotions, different psychology around things. Therefore, again, sometimes everyone's different, so therefore you have to get your own data, you have to take your own trades, you have to have your own system, because you have to build it based off your personality, based off your lifestyle. Again, my lifestyle is different than yours, my personality is entirely probably different than yours. Again, we could be taking out a break even here, guys. If that's the case, I'm so fine with that. Again, a lot of people made money tonight. I can't complain. I can't complain when people make money, and then I don't lose money. Again, I still think price could end up flipping here, but because we didn't fill this gap initially, which we had a very, very nice reaction, but we still left an opening here, which I don't like, and price could end up coming down, filling that, then coming back up. Granted, at that point, price could just end up selling, but we'll see. I'd hope price holds here and just flips, and we do end up walking away with a W on the night. But ultimately, still a great setup. Still had a setup. Still shot. Beautiful entry. It ran beautifully. And again, if we do get taken out at break even and price does run to TP, ultimately, what is that? That's just data. We just talked about this. It's just data going forward. But let's say price does take us out at break even and just flips entirely, and we would have taken a loss. Again, it's data to show that it was a good call to take out a break even, because price started slowing down and stuttering and came to a point where break even was valid, and it got hit, and price totally ran all the way down, and we would have taken an unnecessary loss if we didn't move to break even. Right, that could be the case, but it may not be the case, and price could just totally come down, take us out and flip. It literally could. It's happened before where we've been taken out perfectly and it just runs right back up. It happens. It does. It truly does. Not out yet. We're still in. Still in. We still could look for that flip and hopefully run this dub. But we'll see. I still call it a W. I still call it a W. I think it wasn't a bit high. See, here's the thing. If we had a better entry, it would have been nicer, but there was really nowhere else for me to enter. I could have entered a little bit lower, yes, granted, but I still don't think price would have hit TP. I think either way, I don't want to say we didn't have a good TP, but my TP is really just basing it off a 1-to-1 wherever my stop loss was. Right? So yeah, I could have had a smaller TP, but I would have sold myself short of that full entire 1-to-1, which could have been fine. I mean, granted, we would have still closed the profits if we do end up getting taken on to break even. But in this case, a lot of times when I do like these setups, I like seeing Asia highs, right? And a lot of times in these setups, I'm targeting Asia highs. In this case, Asia highs was already swept, so TP in general was not already in the most ideal area because we don't have the best liquidity to target. Again, I was mainly playing off the fact that on DAX we came into this daily area, filled this gap, rejected it perfectly, again had that flip, and now that's where I'm expecting that daily candle to flip bullish and then run up and possibly facilitate this lower time frame pullback, fill these gaps in, and then again from that point we don't really have to worry about price. But ultimately it's fine. Got entry. Price doesn't necessarily have to run in my full 1-to-1. It does most of the time. A little bit bigger of a TP. I mean, 70 pips. That is a big TP. I can't lie to you. We usually don't deal with that big. Typically, we have, but not unusual. And again, that could have been the call for why price didn't run as high. But I still have I still have very strong confidence in price running bullish, even if we get taken out of break even here. Again, I think price has picked an overall direction. I at least think that for London, and we should continue to run throughout London to possibly facilitate this pullback, take a lot of this liquidity out of the market, and then we'll probably see price either sell back off or just run back up during New York. But it looks like we're going to be taking out a break even here. Price is going bearish here momentarily. Again, we missed this gap, and that could be the call for price wanting to come back down, fill this, and then come back up. And again, if you want to hold with stops open, by all means, go for it. But at that point, you are playing a little bit more risky because price did have its move, and that could be the only move price was looking to have the entire day. We're at a break even. That could have been the only move price was looking to have the entire day, right? It really could be, or it could not be. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna stick around. Depends on how fast price moves, but we could just see price come down, fill this gap, and shoot back up. You can re-enter if you're still in. Fine. I'm fine with break even, guys. At the end of the day, a bunch of you guys made money. I'm not mad. We didn't take a loss. Still on a win streak. Again, we're already up on the week. We didn't even feel the need to trade today. Who here would like Nick to head in New York session? Nobody answer Jocko. Nobody answer Jocko. I'm not going to fucking New York. But again, we'll see, guys. Like, I'm going to monitor price. Obviously, I'm going to be here doing some work throughout the night. And again, price could end up just wicking down, break even, and running back up. Again, there's nothing saying that it can't do that, and that could be a possibility. And then what does that tell me going forward? Okay, in this case, I could have been a little bit more comfortable leaving stops open. But last week, there was a time where we did move to break even, and it did save us from taking an unnecessary loss, right? Again, you got to find the pros and cons, use data, kind of see based off data what you should do, right? But again, this sucks dick if we were just be taking out price runs here. But it happens. It happens. It happens. It happens. It happens. See you, Nick. Yo, guys. Yeah, I'm out of here. Appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate the likes. Again, stay consistent. Again, I'm telling you, last week was a little bit rough. Markets were good. Had a couple errors, but this week has been nothing but wins. And I plan to continue the week like that. I really do think it'll be a full. No, Lonnie, stop lurking. Stop lurking. Stop lurking. You gotta say hi. You gotta say hi. It's something. You say hi right when I'm ending it. But again, if you guys are still in it, again, I still think price could run them bullish here. We still look good, but I'm playing it safe. You know, I don't mind. Again, granted, there's been more times than not where when price does make that initial push and then we flip, price just ends up running the opposite direction. So, but we'll see. Data could change my mind later on. Again, that's why I'm always getting data. That's why I'm always checking trades. And again, in my Discord, I am posting trade breakdowns. I'm going to post a couple tonight on the last couple trades I've been taking. So, why he blushing? Get the fuck out of here, Edgar. Put you on timeout for that shit. Gosh, I'm out of here. You're something. But seriously, all I got. Seriously, you guys are amazing. I appreciate you guys. Oh my god, I can't talk. I appreciate all. Give me 1 second. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm serious. You guys are all amazing for joining up every single night. And again, we're just going to run it up. I got a lot of cool stuff planned. Seriously, something amazing dropping tomorrow. Keep an eye on Luca's socials. Keep an eye on my socials. Keep an eye on Mamba's socials. Keep an eye on all three of our socials. Again, something fucking amazing coming for you guys. I cannot wait. You guys are going to love it. I'm serious. You guys are going to absolutely fucking love it. And we're just going to continue to run up a bag, continue to make money. Again, love you guys. You guys are amazing. When I say I love you, no homo. Got my voice stuttering. Oh, Edgar, you got me stuttering, buddy. You got me stuttering, Edgar. Nah, it's crazy. I'm out of here, guys. You guys later.